Good to go? Yeah. Oh, yeah, there we go. Alright. Awesome. Let's just ignore this. And yeah. Cool. Welcome to my awkward little stream. Yep. I'm just gonna be working on my 5th book. I have 4 published already, and I figured doing it on stream just give me some more accountability. Not that I'm really bad at keeping a schedule or a personal deadline. It's just I tend to give myself less than I should be doing. So for example, I'll tell myself, okay, I'm gonna do 2 chapters when I know I could do so much more, and I let myself use that excuse. I don't want to do that anymore. Yeah. I'm just gonna get right to it. I got work to do. Let's do it. Right now I'm editing book 5. That's fun. I tried to have music going on the stream, it just was not working. I have to fiddle around with the settings some more, as well as learn to enunciate and speak properly, because I just not a talker. So it's probably gonna be a mostly quiet stream. Obviously, this is the first one I'm doing. Technically not. I did live stream a long time ago, many years ago. I think 2013, something like that. It's been a while. Back then I was doing gaming, which was fun. At least like I could be distracted by the game and not have to worry about, you know, silence necessarily. That was fun. But then I was unemployed at the time, so it made it a lot easier to stream games or play them, make let's plays and all that kind of stuff. But then I got a part-time, no, yeah, it was part-time, and then it turned into a full-time job, and I just couldn't do both the gaming thing on YouTube and Twitch plus my day job. So fortunately I had to stop doing the gaming stuff. I still play games, but I just couldn't put the work into YouTube and Twitch anymore. But it is what it is. Let's get my stuff loaded up here, and I'm just gonna get to work. Like I said, it's gonna be a pretty quiet stream. No one's here, mainly because I didn't tell anyone I was doing this. I'm kind of just getting a feel for things. Yeah, a lot of prep work went into this. But I'm a huge planner, and it takes me like forever to plan something other than actually just doing it. So this is me just diving right in, and hopefully things are not too crappy. Like my camera probably, because it is as old. Well, I got it when I was doing the whole gaming thing, so in 2013. And it was not bad in 2013, okay? Now it's shit, but that's fine. Right. I was getting my program open. Okay. I gotta figure out where I was. Give me a sec. Yes, do that. Alright. Where was I? 14. Alright. Gotta get my notes. So basically, book 5 is already done. I've written the, we're gonna say first-ish draft. Finished it a while ago. Just editing now, which is basically reading it over, making sure I can catch all of the errors if there are any, which of course there are. What am I saying if? Of course there are. I don't catch them all because I'm not a professional editor, but I catch what I can, and I use a program to catch some other ones. Alright, right now, so I have my binder, which I printed out the entire manuscript, and what I do during this editing process is I go with a red pen through my entire manuscript, making corrections if I need to, adding things if I need, taking away or moving things around. It doesn't get a lot of markups because I'm pretty much content with my first draft for the most part when I do it, because I'm very heavily into outlining, and I do like 2 outlines. So pretty much by the time I get to the first draft, the story is like already done, and the first draft is just putting it all together. So there's not much editing that needs to be done, thankfully. So that process isn't too rough. the most time consuming is the outline because, like I said, I put so much work into it, and then actually writing the first draft because it's, you know, the actual writing of the book. So, yes, editing. So I have my binder. I have several chapters that I've, you know, marked up in red pen and all that stuff, and now I'm just inputting all the changes into my into the second draft is what I'm calling it. And the second draft is basically what I upload to Patreon, which I didn't think I was actually going to be totally committed to Patreon, if I'm, you know, being honest. I did it because, you know, if people wanted a way to support me other than just buying my books, I have that option, which thankfully I have some awesome family members and friends. That's great. But yeah. I do want to put more effort into it because I created it a while ago and I kind of slacked off on it, which I feel bad about, but it happens. But now I'm back into it, mainly because I'm focusing on putting book 5 up there. I don't know if I'm going to be publishing it. It's a whole thing. I'll get into it another time, unless anyone happens to ask, and we'll answer that question. But right now, work, I've actually wasted a lot of time prepping for this live stream. I didn't think it was going to take me this long to, like, do some final tweaks. I was up until, like, 2 a.m. last night doing some minor things here and there, figuring out any issues. I was trying to get some music in the background going, but it just wasn't working, unfortunately. Something in my settings so all my settings that I worked on last night was for the microphone to get that going. Thankfully, it's all working. Hopefully, I'm not too quiet. If I am, I don't know if there's much I can do about it. I'm not a very loud talker, excitable talker. Hopefully I'm projecting loud enough that I'm heard. Yeah. Probably gonna say and a lot. Be prepared. Okay. I need to work. Yes, let's work. I'm just gonna stop rambling and get to work. I'll probably talk a little bit. We'll see. Where am I? I need a little thing up. Actually, give me a sec. I have a box to raise up my folder so it's not so low to the ground. There we go. Oh yeah, that's better. I have pretty good eyes, so I can see from fairly far away, but that was a bit too... Like, why strain my eyes if I don't have to strain them? You know what I'm saying? Okay. Chapter 14. Let's go. There's the... But that was ours. Okay, so here. I'm gonna read this out loud as I go, just makes it easier for me to do. The alleyway. No. She'd gone. Where am I? Yeah, down was... Oh, empty and away. Oh, I cut it off, that's why. Away from curious eyes. There we go. Was empty and away from curious eyes. Awesome. Next. Prefer turning it into... Oh no, that's... Gotta start every other... There we go. And every other mission, blah blah blah. Knife. There we go. No, up one. Oh. Knife. Which also made it easier to hide. Which also made it easier to hide. Beautiful. However, only... Is that... What about only when it was in it? No. However, only when it was scythe form. Beautiful. Oh yeah, she asked. Should definitely not be capitalized. I have a huge problem with commas. Huge comma problem. For some reason, like, so my editor who worked on my first 4 books, she would always point out all the comma mistakes I would do because I wouldn't put them in the right places or I'd put them where they shouldn't be. And so, she sent me articles, very helpful, and I got it. I could read the articles, she could explain shit, I got it. But when it comes to actually writing, for some reason, my brain just cannot connect what I've learned to actually putting the commas where they should go or not go. My kryptonite, the bad problem. But luckily, that's not a terrible problem. Commas are easy to fix. Okay. I thought it was gonna be a lot hotter in my room, actually. My bedroom faces the rising sun, so it gets pretty hot in here, but it's actually not that bad right now. Okay, good. Okay, next. What's wrong, she asked. I do not pronunciate. Wow. Enunciate. I don't, you know what? We're just gonna ignore that. Moving on. She shrugged. So it's a nice distraction. Okay. Nice. She shrugged, knowing. Oh, I just totally didn't put an N in the word didn't. Common mistakes like that happen. When you're just typing away and, you don't really notice a mistake. Or you didn't notice that you, like, forgot a letter as you're going. I will say, though, anytime I miss a K in a word, I blame my keyboard. I have this little, like, Bluetooth keyboard here that I use with my iPad. That's how I do all my writing. And for some reason, like, it's not that the K is, like, not working, but sometimes when I hit it, it doesn't fully register. So I just kind of deal with it. Let's see. Oh, this page is, like, mostly good. Oh, except for here. He was only vaguely aware. She was only vaguely aware of black smoke tendrils drifting over her. Words reached her ears, but words reached her ears, but she. There we go. I forgot to put the S in front of the HE for she. I find that happens a lot too. Like I said, when I'm just typing, things just get missed sometimes, which is why editing is important. Chapter 15. Sweet. 14's done. Let's go. Oh, I look into the end. Wasn't the yeah, no, I was in the second draft. Okay. For a second, I was like, hopefully I'm not editing in the first draft because that would ruin everything. Would ruin everything. I really need to learn how to enunciate or just speak better, but that is not something that's in my wheelhouse. 15. Let's take another sip. Not as hot anymore because it took me way too long to set things up. It's like just past that level of being like the right temperature. It's tea, by the way. I should probably stress that. I'm drinking tea. So it's like just below lukewarm temperature, which is unfortunate. Okay. Chapter 15, let's go. How what did I do? I edited 21 chapters. So I'm gonna try and input all 21 and then maybe continue editing some more in my binder. Yeah. I'm gonna try and do as much as I can. I have a lot of books in my series to write, and this is only book 5. And I kind of want to get as many done as quickly. Originally, my goal was to publish 2 books a year, which means writing 2 books a year. But due to a change of plans, I kind of want to do maybe 4. I can probably write 4 if I'm doing my Patreon plan and not publishing. Yes. I will talk more about that later, though. let's get work done first. Maybe after I'm done all the inputs, I'll talk a little about that decision and why I came to it. It wasn't willingly, well, kind of willingly, but not entirely happy about it. But we'll move on. Let's see, chapter 15. Oh, I get to describe, okay. I didn't do that. Something I always do to myself is in my first draft, I'll always be like, you know, when a character pops up in the chapter, like whether it's the two, so I write romance in case that wasn't obvious, but because you should be able to see in my banners or whatever, I'm a paranormal romance author. So whenever a character is introduced, whether it's the main two characters or a side character, I always like to describe a little bit about what they look like. I don't go into too much detail. I mainly just do like hair color, length or style, whatever, and eye color. I don't go too much into detail. So I'll always leave myself notes of like, you know, when a character shows up in a chapter, be like, you know, describe character. Instead of just like actually writing the description, I'll leave that for future me to do, which then when future me gets to it, I get pissed off at past me. Yeah. I do that to myself all the time. And not just with character descriptions, but even with like setting descriptions, like if a character goes to another character's house or something like that. I want to describe a little bit of what the house looks like, but I don't want to do it at that moment while I'm writing the first draft, so I'll do it when I'm editing. But then when I'm editing, I don't want to do it. It's, yeah. Basically, I'm just really bad to myself. I keep putting it off, but then when I have to do it, I don't want to do it. I don't know. I'm not very big on like describing things. Like, I don't know. Not that I can't do it, I just don't enjoy it. Alright, where am I putting this? Let's see. I could just do what I did last time. It didn't go exactly according to plan, but I can't argue with the result. Okay, so I gotta describe Yoon's. Or wherever Yoon is. She might not be home. No, actually, yeah, I don't think I have her at home. Actually, she may be at home. Okay, so Yoon. I gotta describe her home. Alright, let's talk through this. So Yoon, okay, so my series is basically about a bunch of different paranormal races, which humans don't know they exist. So, you know, you got your vampires, your werewolves, your elves, which is the more common, you know, paranormal beings you hear about in literature and stuff, especially romances. Shifters and vampires are like huge all the time. And when I say shifters, I mean like wolf shifters, dragon shifters. I read a really good little dragon shifter series recently. Two of the books were okay, one of them was definitely better. But anyhow. You know, just panther shifters, jaguar shifters, just any kind of animal shifter. Then we got some lesser ones that you see, like gargoyles or mermaids, which are, you know, definitely a fun like, you know, creatures that people don't really like talk about too much, or you don't see too much in romances, or at least I haven't. There probably is mermaid ones, which would make sense to me, but not gargoyles, which could be really interesting, which is why I've added them into my series. What are some other ones? I'm trying to think. Oh, leprechauns. That's one, you know, people, you know, obviously are familiar with leprechauns, but I totally took them in a different direction. They are not the, like, you know, small little happy-go-lucky cheery things, nor are they like the oh my god, the movie Leprechaun, the horror movie. Nothing like that either. I've made them out to be like mercenaries, which is fun. Yeah, we get to see them in the third book? No, fourth book. Yeah, we see leprechauns for the first time in the fourth book. That was pretty fun little detail in there that I liked. I can't wait to write a book where Leprechaun is the main character. That's gonna be fun. Just because like they're a mercenary, so it's an interesting little thing that I did there with leprechauns. But what else? Then there's some that I've taken from like anime and stuff, or not necessarily taken, but inspired from, like the Shinigami. If you know Bleach, you're well aware of what a Shinigami is. I've basically kind of taken that concept and changed it a little bit. Still with the basis. Actually, they're not even really the same necessarily, other than the fact that, I mean, I guess you could say weapons. They have weapons, but it's not the same either. Yeah, it's mainly just. Actually, it's not even necessarily Bleach. I'm trying to think now. Now that I'm trying to actually like think of similarities between the Shinigami and Bleach and the Shinigami of my series, there's not really similarities. Shinigami just, so it translates to like god of death or death god, which pops up a lot in anime, like Death Note, for example, and oh my god, Gundam Wing. Yeah. Actually, it's more of where the Shinigami come from in my series that is, or not necessarily where they come from, but where they live, that's kind of inspired from Bleach. But, you know, that's another thing. Um, Another one, Shaman, is one that I've kind of inspired also from anime, like Shaman King, like the idea of a person communing with spirits and stuff like that. But that's also not just an anime thing. I know shamans are legit people in the world or in different cultures and stuff like that. What else? Like Omnioji, which is kind of like exorcists, at least how I see it and translate it. Again, very in tune with like spirits and stuff like that. What else? Oh, then there's the ones that I've created, the paranormal races that I've created, like blood contractors, which I love. I love that race. So awesome. Um, God. What else did I? Oh, cursed ones. Cursed ones are fun. I really want to write a book with a cursed one. Yeah, where a cursed one is the main one of the main characters. That's a lot of fun. Then there's some that I've kind of exist, but I've totally twisted, like harpies. You know, harpies are a thing in, you know, fantasy and stuff like that, but I've totally twisted it for my own pleasure. Um, what else? I guess I did that with leprechauns too. Oh, what else? Now that I have to like think about my races, I'm totally blanking. Yeah, I refer to my paranormal beings as the races. They're different races of paranormal beings. Anyways, the point of all this, which I kind of got sidetracked, which will probably happen a lot, I go off on tangents. So I have all these different races of paranormal beings within my series, and each race has a ruler. Humans are included. However, humans don't know about the other races. Obviously, where would be the fun of that? Although that actually would be kind of fun. It'd be like a True Blood scenario. That was a good show. Okay. But yeah, so every race has a ruler, and yes, including humans. Humans have a ruler as well. And Yoon, this character that I have to describe, is the ruler of the cursed ones. And she's doing shit right now, and I have to describe her because this is her chapter. Not describe her, sorry, describe her home. To give a little context of where she is while her chapter is going on and the conversations that she's having. Just to put a bit of a setting behind where the scene is right now. So yes, Yoon, ruler of first one. Yeah, I'm definitely having her in her home. Now, what kind of home does she have? Apartment, house, condo, townhome. Where do we want Yoon to live? Where would Yoon... Well, she definitely likes outdoor space. Probably maybe the She could be in the city or in the country, actually. That's tricky. hmm. I gotta pick one. I would say she's definitely more of a country than a city person. Yeah, that would make a lot more sense. I can't explain why I'm going with that decision or why it makes the most sense because that would be huge spoilers for the series and I can't do that. So, yes, country. So she's out in the country. What kind of house? I could go like total like go all the way and even do like a cabin in the middle of nowhere kind of thing. But she wouldn't be so isolated either. Actually, that would still fit funnily enough. Like if she was in a place with like a lot of farmland, like that kind of out in the country, like maybe that's way I can do. Not so much like isolated cabin, but like farmland kind of out of the city. Hmm. So, hmm. Okay, so if I'm gonna go with that decision, yes, yes, I like that idea. Okay, so just because she's out, so I don't want her necessarily to live on a farm or live in a farmhouse, but I do want her in like a house that's in a like a community that has a lot of farms and stuff. Okay, so we can give her a nice quaint little house out in the country next to some farms and stuff. Okay, so how to start this paragraph to describe where she lives? Um, let's see. Probably can start with her like maybe lounging on the couch before she makes the call. Yeah. Well, because she's grabbing, yeah, because in the next one she's grabbing the phone from her round, which is next to her. So yeah, she could totally be, or you know what, she's is the kind of person that would just lie on the floor too. I could have her just lying on the floor and start on the couch instead of being on the couch. Be kind of like that, you know? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go with that. Okay, so how do I want to start? That's always the thing when you're writing. It's always okay. How do I start the chapter? How do I start the paragraph? How do I start a thing? What words should I use in the description of her lying on the floor in her quaint little home? Hmm. I mean, the simplest thing would be to just, you know, say that she's lying on the floor. But that doesn't really work either. Oh, I like that I can just lean back against the wall and I have like a radiator behind me leaning up against my back, which is not too hot right now. It actually feels really nice. It's actually not a bad little setup I managed to concoct. I don't know if it's echoey though. That's the only problem right now. I'll have to review later, see how it is. If it is, I know there's things I can do to make it not so echoey, but in due time, in due time. Okay. Um, didn't go exactly according to plan. I can't argue with the result. Mm, okay, from her, there we go, from her position on the mm, no, that wouldn't really work if I worded it that way. Okay. How about I would have to see if I did that, I'd have to reword the next little sentence slash paragraph. So I don't know if that'll work necessarily. So, How about this? Lying on her back. No. Lying on her back. Her feet crossed and, or let's see her ankles. Her ankles crossed and propped. Yeah. So lying on her back on the floor, her ankles crossed and propped. Couch. We debated if her and really. No, it doesn't. Lying on her back on the. There we go. Stared. Feeling. Lying on her back on the floor, her ankles stared up. There we go. It was a plain image. The plain. It was plain. It was plain and gamble. Unlike her house. There you go. She enjoyed colors and creation. And having every surface covered with some kind of trinket or that one word. Interesting. Okay. So let's see. Lying on her back on the floor, her ankles crossed and propped on her couch, she stared up at the ceiling. It was plain and white and boring, unlike the rest of her house. She enjoyed colors and decorations, having every surface covered with some kind of trinket. Uh, she'd been collecting. She'd been collecting various, uh, many years. Yeah. Uh, yeah. She'd been collecting various objects for many years and loved seeing them displayed to remind her of the passage of time. I like that. That works. He'd been collecting various objects for many, many years and loved seeing them on display to remind her of the passage of time. Even though it moved so slowly. All she wanted to get home. Actually, that actually works really well. Leads well into the next, so let's see. Lying on her bed on the floor, her ankles crossed and propped on her couch, she stared up at the ceiling. It was plain and white and boring, unlike the rest of her house. She enjoyed colors and decorations and having every surface covered with some kind of trinket. She'd been collecting various objects for many, many years, and loved seeing them on display to remind her of the passage of time, even though it moved so slowly. Actually, we're gonna move, even though it moved dreadfully slow. I prefer that. Even though it moved dreadfully slow. All she wanted was to get back home. Decision made, she grabbed her phone from a small round coffee table next to her and searched for Poe's number, the ruler of the Shinigami. Okay. I'm okay with that description. I don't need to go too much into detail about her house. Why did my phone go off? Weird. It's like, you have emails. I know. You're not supposed to tell me I have emails. I do not have that setting on. I could just put on vibrate. It's not like it goes off a lot, so it doesn't matter. Aw, she is getting like to that point where it's not the greatest anymore. Oh, thank you, Windows, for like summary. Beautiful. Thank you. I love it. Great. Out there. Okay. I see my camera twitch every so often. It's weird. Like it's trying to focus from time to time. Whatevs. Okay. Yes. I don't want to go crazy into the description of her house. Don't really do that when I write. It's one thing if it's, there's another character with her and then that character was describing her house, but like she just wouldn't describe her house like that. But I like how it gave us a little bit insight into Yoon here. So that works for me. I like that. We got a little bit into her. Eventually when we get to her book, all of this will be described, obviously, a lot better. I can't wait to get to the ruler books. Those are gonna be fun. Like, I'm really excited to write the ruler books because they're all powerful beings. They're just like OP as fuck. So it's gonna be really fun. And I just love a lot of the. You know what? I can't even say that I love a lot of the characters that are rulers. I just love all my characters in general. I do have my favorites. I can't help that. But the rulers are just going to be super fun to write because so much is going to get revealed once I start the ruler books, which is going to come later on in my series. Yeah, so much gets revealed. It's a lot of fun. Just knowing all the things I know while writing this and like I can't reveal anything yet drives me crazy a little bit. Alright. So that's done. Next up is planting the seed. There we go, planting the seeds of doubt, not to doubt. Thank you. Don't know why 2 was there. Maybe it corrected, I don't know. That's the thing, sometimes words auto-correct on my iPad when I'm writing. Not all the time, luckily. But the odd time, it'll just do a word that I didn't mean to do. Fine. I usually catch most of them when I edit, thankfully. And then when I do hire an editor, obviously more stuff gets captured. That's why you have an editor. It's always good to self-edit too. Even though a lot of writers don't like to edit their own stuff. A lot of writers just find it very boring to edit their things, or they just don't enjoy it, which is unfortunate. But I don't mind it, because then you get to, I don't know, you get to, you're still being creative in a way when you're editing. So for me, it's still fun. I don't know, I know I'm in the majority of that in the writer community. Did I say majority? No, minority. Remember when I said I can't talk? Yes. That is the truth. Unless I did say minority the first time. I don't know. We'll find out eventually, won't we? Where am I? Okay. Luckily for her, she wouldn't have to lie. She really was a human. Totally did not put the letter A. Awesome. Was looking to expose plural. After 3 rings, Poe finally answered. Poe does not like answering his phone. He's a busy man, alright? Being ruler of the Shinigami and all that. Gotta work. Where is the sentence I'm trying to find? What am I trying to look for? After 3 rings, there we go. Oh, I just wanted to change it to actually say Poe instead of he finally answered. Alright, sure. We're putting Poe's name for clarification. Let's see. Oh. Do I really not have a last name for him? I usually don't come up with last names for my characters. Mainly because, you know, if they're a paranormal being, they typically, at least in my series, they don't really have last names. Even though some of them were human and then became another thing, they should obviously then still have a last name, but I don't always use it, or like it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? So whenever I come across a situation where it's like, oh, I have to come up with a last name, it like boggles me, because I just coming up with names in general is hard. Oh hey, how's it going? Ronald? Hey. Wasn't expecting anyone to like show up. So hi. Now I'm gonna be totally awkward and take a sip of my tea. Sup? I'm just working on the 5th book of my series. Was mostly talking to myself because no one was here. But how are you doing? Now I'm totally nervous because there's actually someone here. So you are talking alone. Yes, I'm talking to myself, which is something I do anyways. Yeah, I talk to myself all the time, just normally. Sometimes I like to say I'm talking to my cats to make it seem not so crazy, but that might seem more crazy. I don't know. But hey, how are you doing? How's your day going? I'm just gonna like awkwardly look away now and pretend to do some writing. Well, yeah. What was I doing? Right, I was looking up the last name for my character. That's what I was doing. Okay. Kind of like shaking now. I was expecting to like the first few live streams I was doing just to like be talking to myself, have no one pop up on chat. So the fact that there's like a person here is like very nerve-wracking. Especially because I haven't told anyone that I was doing this. Yes, I actually have 4 books published right now over on Amazon. That's why I'm working on the 5th book in my series, which, FYI, all books can be read in any order, which is always a fun thing to do when you're an author. This way, you know, you're not, as a reader, you're not fully committed to reading reading from beginning to end. You can pick and choose where you want to start. But yeah, 4 books all ready to go if you're interested in, you know, paranormal romance. I always fuck up saying that word. I'm a bit tongue-tied, sorry. Yeah, so you have link share. Ooh, okay. I have to like reach across to get link. Okay, give me 2 seconds and I will pop a link. Okay. Oh, I have my screen like small, so all my tabs are like all over the place. Let's see, easiest way to do this. Go here. Hard to type. Things in the way. Okay. Actually, I think I can even... Yes, I can actually link you to this series instead of just one book in particular. So, copy... Where are we? There we go. Paste. That should send you to basically where all 4 books in the series are. So you can read the descriptions, pick one, read them all if you like them. Yeah, the support means a lot. Thank you. First of all, if you are really, interested in reading them and you're going to buy them, thank you so much. It means the world. So, thank you. Just, yeah. And I need to take a sip of my tea because I'm feeling anxious again. I hope you like them too. I really do. I worked so hard on them. I published the first one in the end of October of 2019. So just, you read a lot? Yeah. I really need to read more, which is such a bad thing to say as a writer because I should be reading way more. I just get so distracted by like my bajillion other hobbies. But awesome. Oh, I hope you like it. So excited. And hey, thanks for being here. Thanks for stopping by to chat with me. Seems really random to me, so yay. I'm legit like shaking because okay. Right. Last name. I need to come up with a last name for my character because I don't think I put one in here. Okay. I'm bored too. So thought of stopping by and saying hi. Well, hey, yeah, I mean, if you're bored, yeah, this is a great place to be. Just watching me write and talk to myself. You can use my name, Paul. Okay, Paul. What's up? Officially meeting Paul. Paul. Actually, I need a last name. So I can't really use Paul. The first name of the character is Elias. And as I was explaining before, I don't know if you caught that, but I really only ever come up with first names. I know what you mean now. I read that wrong. I'm sorry. But yeah, so I only ever come up with first names for characters. I don't really bother with last names until I actually need to use a last name somewhere, which right here I need to do apparently. So the character's first name is Elias, and I need to come up with a last name. Coming up with the names is hard. First names are definitely easier than last names, because first names are obviously more important than last names, so coming up with first names is not so bad. And I also came up Paige. Oh, Paige is not bad. Elias Page. I see Paige as more as a first name though. I like that for a first name. Paige for a first name sounds really nice. But I'm not creating more characters. I have a lot of books in my series. So, and God, it's been more than 10 years ago that I was starting to come up with the idea for this series. So, I already know all my characters, all their names. I know everything about them right now, so no more characters. But Paige is a really nice name. Maybe I can put Paige somewhere. But I need a last name. I also need to go to my character section so I remember to put it in my document that he now has a last name. Characters. Characters. There we go. Characters. List. Elias. Oh, I love that I put everything alphabetically so I can find his name easily. Alright, Elias. What can we put as his last name? What's a good last name? I could do something cheesy and just do like Johnson, but I don't really like that. You can use Facebook or Insta when you search for first names. You know, that's a good idea. I know there's also like a tons of like name generators too. You can select from them. Yeah, I could use Facebook or Instagram. That's a good idea. That could work. Alright, let's get out the phone. Let's search Facebook. Let's see, what do we got? Right. I forgot where I put Facebook on my phone. Which is a dumb thing because I go to it all the time. Okay. Let's see. Names. Actually, I have people on Facebook that are called friends. Maybe I'll look at my friends' names. I'll steal one of my friends' last names. Or just the random people I have as friends. I was going through a period where anyone who friended me, I would friend them back. Which was like, I had no idea who they were. But, you know, mutuals, it happens. Okay, let's see what kind of names we got here. What is it? What is what? Mr. Paul. What exactly are you asking? Ooh, Ward. Ward. Ward's a cool last name. I don't know if I want to use that one necessarily. Actually, I have a couple people with the last name Ward. That's interesting. I just misinterpreted things. Oh, that's fine. I do that all the time. Yay. Oh my god, I could just go for the common Smith. But where's the fun in that, right? We want a fun last name. It's probably gonna be, I think it's the only time we ever see his last name in the book too, which is fun. So it's like a one-time thing, but I want it to be awesome. Ooh, Morrison. No, I already have someone named Morrison. Yeah, I already have a character whose last name is Morrison. There's one of the paranormal races in my story, in my series. They're called hackers, and they have like a name. So, for example, their names are like Glitch or Mouse or Codex, which is obviously not the real name, but they do have real names. Those characters, the hackers, are the only ones that I gave a first and last name to specifically, other than just like the alias they go by. So I really should have came up with last names for all my characters, but I'm a big dum-dum apparently, so now we have to sit through me looking for last names. Ooh, Bond. That's too much like James Bond. I can't use Bond. Ooh, Flynn. Ooh. Flynn just makes me think of the movie Tangled. I love that movie. O'Neill. O'Neill's not bad. Not bad. McLean. McLean makes me think of Die Hard though. Damn it, all these names are like good, but like they make me think of like a super popular franchise or something. I don't mind Taylor for a last name. Taylor's a good first name and last name. But I think I already have a character. Yeah, I already have a Taylor. Or Tyler, no. This wouldn't work. Wouldn't work. Oh, what the hell? Vilestone? Yo, that's a cool name. Ooh. It wouldn't really work for Elias, though. He's just human. Like, Vilestone for a last name is like someone who's not human. You know what I mean? This doesn't work. Ooh, Locke. Oh, I don't mind Locke. That's kind of a cool last name. Locke. Tell you about Elias. So, what does he do? So Elias, so first of all, this 5th book is about, so Elias is a human, and because it's a romance, I use the word fated one, which is like soulmates or mates, whatever. His soulmate or fated one is a Shinigami. So he being a human, he shouldn't know about the other races in existence. However, when he was a kid, a vampire seduced his mom, and basically that ruined his entire family. Because, so his family is very prominent, like rich, well-known, whatever, right? So, and they never really liked the mom because she kind of married into the family, but she was doing pretty well at, what she was supposed to be doing as the wife to this guy and his family, whatever, right? So the fact that she was then seduced by a vampire, which obviously, the dad and all the family didn't know that that's what was going on, so they just saw the mom as cheating on the dad or leaving him and stuff like that. But what actually happened was she was seduced by a vampire, which Elias eventually learns the truth of this, and he basically wants revenge. So he wasn't going to do the whole revenge thing yet. Like, so he didn't really know what was going on in his childhood, but he eventually learned the truth. He was the only one, no one else in his family, but because of what had happened, his mother's reputation got tarnished. So he basically went through life just dealing with that, and then eventually he got to the point where he's like, okay, I need to find this vampire, restore my mother's reputation, get revenge, all that shit. Let me tell the point. I'm not telling the whole story, actually. This isn't the story. This is just a little bit of Elias's background. The story isn't actually his background. The story is the romance between the two characters, which, yeah, relates to the revenge against the vampire, but... But see, the whole thing that I'm telling you is, like, he wants revenge against the vampire because of his mom is something that would be in the blurb, right? It's something to entice you to be like, oh, will they get revenge? Because he now hates people who are, not human, and he knows about them. The fact that his fated one is someone who is not human, that creates the conflict. And that's what my main focus of my books are. The conflict of, the whole kind of like an opposites attract kind of thing. He hates the different paranormal races. I hope you really become famous someday. I get to I don't really plan to become famous. Like, my baseline goal is to like make enough money off my books to like sustain my living situation, which is not even a lot of money. So like that's all I really want. Anything above that is bonus. Not gonna say like I'm gonna like, guffaw if that happens, but that is definitely not, I'm not writing to become famous. So like I don't wish for that. Like that's too much pressure. I can't. But anyways, yeah, Elias wants revenge on a vampire. There, now you know. He's like, I can tell I talked to her. Yeah, that's true. I mean, that is very true. And I will remember this. So I will remember you, Mr. Paul, for being the first person in my chat to be so awesome and encouraging. Thank you. I should keep pressure on you. Oh no. Alright, you asked me something else and then I got distracted. And how do you write, I mean, how you come up with that much level of concentration? I can hardly finish my 150 line essay. Well, that's the thing. Like, I agree with that. Writing essays and stuff like that for like school or if it's your job, I can't do that. I'm not a technical writer or a professional writer. I love creative writing, and I've been doing it since I was 14-ish, I'll say. So it's been quite a bit of years now. So, it's just, I've always had a big imagination. When I was a kid, playing around, using my imagination, running around, with all my friends and stuff like that when I had friends. And then, as you get older, you can't just, run around like a kid anymore because you're older now. So my imagination needed an outlet, and that was writing. It started with fan fiction, primarily anime fan fiction, and then I eventually got to a point where I was writing my own original stuff. And it was some point in high school, my English teachers were like, hey, you're kind of good at writing. Maybe you should look into a career of writing. So I did that, and I looked into like journalism or article writing for magazines and stuff, but that wasn't my thing. So then I just turned to creative writing and, eventually just came up with an idea that I really enjoyed, and it's become a monster of an idea because it's gonna be many, many books long. I'm only on the 5th one right now, but it's gonna be huge. It's ridiculous. But I really love writing it, and that's the thing. If you enjoy doing something, it doesn't really seem, hard to do. It's fun, right? That's what they say. It's true. I can't come up with 150 words, so I started writing lyrics. Oh, that's awesome! Aww. My teacher gave good impression during his study. Aww. Writing lyrics is fun too. It's similar to like poem writing, So it's really awesome. Aww. Yeah, it's that's the thing. Like when you're doing something, like some people are really good at essay writing or doing, technical writing or professional writing, either for their job or school, whatever. Some people are really good at that. But, so no judgment or shame on that but I love creative writing, and I love meeting people who love creative writing. But about me? So my author name, my pen name is Nicole Rain. Nicole, yes, is my real first name. So you can call me whichever one you like. I don't really know what to say. I hate this question because I never know what to say about myself. I'm a writer. Yeah. I love anime and video games. Yay! I have 3 cats. They're my boys. I love them. You're already getting famous. See you when we're added to chat. Oh, there's another person here. Talk to me. Talk to me. I'm joking. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting famous. I don't think that's gonna happen. But thank you I appreciate the sentiment. Honestly, if you want to know more about me, I just ask questions. I find that a lot easier than just, because I never know what to say when someone says that. When someone's like, hey, tell me about yourself, or like, I don't know what to say. So just ask questions and I will be happy to answer them. Oh, and I think I'm gonna settle on Locke for Elias's last name. I think that's a cool last name. I need to write it in my notes so I don't forget. Here, we'll do it here. Yes, ask me any question you like. I'll answer it. Last name Locke. I like that. Okay. Let's go back to my chapter. Oh, I should have opened it in another. Whatever. I just have to go back and find the chapter I was on. I think I was on 15. 15. Yeah. Where am I from? I am from Toronto, Canada. Yay. I love my country. I love being Canadian. So many Canadians like don't say that they love being Canadian. It's like kind of funny, but I love it. I love my country. I'm not like very nationalistic, but I love it. I don't know. It's nice up here. Especially where I am in Toronto. I get like all 4 seasons, which is really nice. Even though summer is very short, which is fine by me. I hate summer, but like, what's it like being Canadian? I don't know how to answer that. I mean, it's nice. I mean, I could point out the obvious things that people always say, that like, free healthcare and all that shit, but like, I Actually, one of the things I really like about being Canadian is, so I'm not heavy into politics, but I will say the politicians we do have are not terrible compared to others. We're not the best, obviously, all politicians, whatever, but at least they're the kinds that will like be in Pride Parade, for example, or be, you know, very for the things they should be for when it comes to social issues, if that makes sense. But I like being Canadian just because, I don't know, it's, I don't know exactly. I can't exactly pinpoint it. It's just like it's the whole package. Is there an Insta Snapchat account where I could reach out? Yeah. My Instagram is okay, give me a second. It might be because I have two different things. So give me a second. I always forget which one it is. So just give me like 2 seconds to remember. Yes. So my Instagram is Nicole Writes Rain. So NicoleWritesRayne. So yeah, that's my Instagram. I don't really do Snapchat. My friend encouraged me to download it, but like I don't really do anything with it. It's kind of just there. Spell one more time. So it's my name, so Nicole, Nicole, and then Writes, as in Writes, and then Rayne, Rain. So basically my name, my pen name, Nicole Rain, with the word rights. Actually, I can put it in chat, can't I? Oh, because I'm a smart person. There we go. There we go. Nicole Writes Rain. And if you have Twitter, I'm on there too, but that's just Nick Writes Rain. So instead of my full Nicole name, it's just NIC Writes Rain, if you want to hit me up on Twitter as well. I don't do much on social media. Every once in a while, I have the urge to like, okay, I have to do social media because it's a thing that people do and I should be doing it. And then I just get so discouraged. I don't know. If I get any doubts in your books, I could reach you. Yeah, hit me up anytime. I mean, go ahead, you know, at me, tweet me, whatever, however the social medias work. I don't know. I know I have to use social media. I know I do. But like, for one, I don't like taking pictures of myself. Even just doing this whole live stream right now is like very, very stressful. But I feel like I had to do this to try and get more work done. Cause like I needed some bit of accountability. So, but I just don't like taking pictures. So that's why I really don't care for Instagram. And the stuff I do post on Instagram is usually like I'll post like words on top of pictures or images or whatever. But yeah, I know social media is definitely the way to reach out to people. It's also kind of discouraging because like so for when I first started, before I published my first book, I was when I published my first book, I was doing a bit of social media stuff pretty consistently. It wasn't really getting me anywhere, or I felt like it wasn't. It was kind of discouraging to like not really get the engagement and then being like, well, I'm not really enjoying this, so why am I gonna do it? So when I sign for your book's getting about. That's true. Well, that's the thing. I used to put like quotes from my books on Instagram. It's just, it's something where I didn't really enjoy doing it, and it was taking up a lot of time at the time when I was doing it, because, you know, with social media, especially with like Instagram, you kind of have to post frequently to really get anywhere. Like, I probably will pick it up again, as I always do. I'm always like so off and on with social media. But I do want to get back into it. I really, really do. But it's also finding something to put on, say, Instagram that like I won't get annoyed with doing or frustrated or bored with, or putting stuff that like, or like even just copying things that other people do, right? Because that's what I was doing when I was first posting onto Instagram. It was basically just copying other people's ideas, mainly just to get a sense of how to do it and stuff like that. But eventually I was like, it's not really me because I'm copying people and I don't really want to do that and it's not fun. And yeah, it's a lot of work, and especially when it's a thing where I'd rather be working on my books. And at the time, I was getting ready to publish my first book, so it was a lot of work. What do you do apart from your books? So I'm actually unemployed right now, unfortunately. I mean, like the majority of the world, considering what's going on. But besides, as it pertains to hobbies, I watch anime, play video games. I watch a ton of YouTube. That distracts me so much. It's bad. I have like a YouTube addiction. It's really bad. But I can't help it. There's so much good shit on YouTube. But yeah, anime, video games, the typical things people do, movies, music, whatever. Oh, arts and crafts. I love doing crafts. I'm like big into resin crafts right now. Fun. But mostly my life is writing my books. It's what I love. It's what I enjoy. Yeah, and I have goals to like write so many books a year and get them out there, especially because there are so many books in my series. So if I put it off for too long, I'm gonna like die before all my books are out, and I don't want that to happen. But yeah. Okay. So we came up with this last name. That's where I was. Just get a little bit more done here. So how many books your series got? I'm always nervous about saying how many books I have in my series. So I'm part of like a writers group, and them I've told. But I'm always afraid to tell readers because it's like it's a pretty big number how many books I have planned for this series. So it's like I don't want to say it and then like have someone be like, "Oh my god, that's too many. It's too much of a commitment. I don't want to do that." So I'm nervous about saying how many I have, but it's a lot. It's a lot of books. Not more than I can handle, but it's okay. You can tell me. I mean, if it's you, I can trust you, right? Okay, so I have 60 books planned for this series. That is 60. That's true. I don't mind sharing with you, Mr. Paul. So, yeah, 60 books planned for my series. I don't even know how it happened. I kind of just kept coming up with ideas of like characters to put together and plot lines, and eventually before I knew it, I had 60. So it's like, damn, it's a lot, but I can't help it. And I think about sometimes editing that number to like maybe removing some, but I just can't. Like, it just doesn't work if I don't have. It just doesn't work. So a lot of dedication. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I started when I first came up with the series, I was in my early 20s. So that was like roughly 10 years ago, we'll say, when I first started coming up with the plot of the series and all the characters and what races I wanted to have in it and which ones I wanted to create and stuff like that. So it's been a long process, and the fact that like every book has its own characters and its own plot going on definitely keeps things interesting, because while the series plot is through each book is its own different thing, which is fun. So I don't really ever get bored of writing it and coming up with stuff, and then all the different paranormal races I have. I think you should share your story with someone so they can give you ideas. You can trim things. See, can't do that though. Like I can't. It's not even just trimming down the ideas. It's the fact that like, oh, my family. No, my family. I think my cousin is the only one who's read my books, but like I don't know how many of them she's read. My family don't really read my books necessarily. They do support me. I will say that. I don't want to like shit talk my family or anything like that, but they do support me. Whenever my book comes out, they do buy it, and it's awesome. But they don't actually read them, or they don't necessarily give me feedback, and so it's a bit tough. I don't really have someone like that. Yeah, it's unfortunate. But hey, at least they do support me in their own way, so that's awesome. But as for trimming the series, I can't really remove any books. There may be some books of the 60 that I make maybe shorter, maybe like Well, my books are already kind of short, but maybe shorter than what they already are. But trimming unnecessary lag in story. That's the thing. There isn't really any lag, I would say, in the story or series itself because of how many races there are and what's going on with the plot of the series. So that's why I can't really like trim it down. Yeah, it doesn't really work well. The main issue why it's 60 books is the fact that so I have 25, 26 different paranormal races in my story, and each race has a ruler. And obviously, each ruler has their own book. So you're looking at, 20 something books that are just the ruler's romance stories. So yeah, and then all the other books are the other characters. I thought about doing like just the ruler books, but then that's no fun. I like the idea of hyping up the rulers, the mystery behind them. Who are they really? So, I don't know. Like I don't really think about trimming it down too much anymore because especially once I started publishing the first few books, once I started publishing them, it was like, well, what's done is done. No, don't worry. This is not spoilers. Saying something like the rulers, don't worry, even the ruler books, they're not coming on until much later, so it's like, don't worry, I'm not really spoiling anything there. Even the fact that every race has a ruler isn't really spoilers anyways, especially because I have a website, NicoleRain.com, which my pen name.com. Right on the first thing you see when you go to my website is basically a description of the series, which is also what you see when you go to Amazon. Actually, on any book, after the book's description, I go into a little description of the series, and I say right in that description that, yeah, there's these many races, each race has a ruler, blah, blah, blah. So I don't really consider this information spoiler because it is so readily available on the book pages and my website right there. But obviously I'm not going to say anything about the rulers because that would be spoilers, and I'm not spoiling that. But I'm not going to say who the rulers are and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, that stuff you can just read and find out. But, yeah. My tea's gotten so cold. It makes me sad. Let's see. Let's finish up this chapter. I'm in the next part here. Right. Oh, her involvement. Yeah, that makes sense. Her involvement. Okay, is there Kindle version? Yes, they're all of my books are available on Kindle. So yes, you can go get them on Kindle, which is awesome. See. And I got down here the sudden. No, I think I scrolled down too far. There we go. And distracted him from his thoughts. All right. Next. This is a long chapter. I did not realize how long chapter 15 was. I try to write short chapters. That's how, I just prefer. I don't like doing long-winded chapters where they're like many, many, many pages. But I think I'm disturbing you. Oh, it's fine. You can stay. I don't mind. If I didn't want to be distracted and disturbed, I wouldn't have live streamed. Even though I thought no one was going to show up. But there was the possibility. So I did say to myself that, like, if someone happens to pop up in chat, that it's okay. I can let myself be distracted a little bit. It's fine. It's not like I'm actually editing book 5 right now. So it's basically just inputting changes I've made into the second draft. So I'm not actually writing it right now. If I were writing it, I would probably not really be paying attention to chat because I'd be writing. But editing is fine. Editing, I can pay attention to, you know, chat and whatever. It's all good. It's all good. Unless you want to leave. I don't want to make you think you need to stay here, but no pressure. Stay or leave, whatever you want. Yeah. I gotta make sure not to talk to myself too much though while reading, so I don't want to spoil anything from book 5 now. Because sometimes I talk to myself while I'm editing. Where am I looking for? Oh, I didn't put a comma there. That's bad. Bad me. Very bad. G stated. Where am I? Let's see. Oh, I have to capitalize that. Makes sense. Save. Where am I? Save. Sure. There we go. Capital. Yeah. How do you correct a grammar part? So my process is I do a couple of outlines and then I do my first draft. Once I've finished my first draft, then what I do is I print it out and I put it in my binder. And then in my binder, I'll go over with a red pen and just go through everything, just read it all out. Anything I need to, if there's any mistakes, I'll correct it with my little red pen. And yeah, so I'll just do that. And then after I've gone through the entire manuscript that's in the binder with my red pen, I'll then make a second draft, which is basically just copying the first draft in the program I use, making a second one, and then I'll input all the changes that I put in the binder into the second draft. And that's basically what I'm doing right now. I already did all the markups up to chapter 21. I did up to chapter 21 right now in my binder edits. So right now I'm just inputting the edits into my second draft. So that's why I can, talk with you and do this at the same time. So, let's see, where am I? As instantly as sheet appeared. Oh yeah, I have to capitalize that. But I'm not very good with like correcting grammar and stuff like that. I'm not an editor by any means, but I do my best. I catch what I can, and whatever I miss, I have an editor for. She can edit for me, which is super important when you're a writer, is to have an editor, which sometimes can be a bit expensive. All the costs. So actually, I don't know if I said this. Actually, I don't think I did. I'm self-published, so which means I'm not with a publishing house. There's no money up front. It's basically all me. Everything any money that I put into my book, editor, book cover, everything comes out of pocket, which is a bit of a pain because when you're with a publishing house, basically they give you, an amount, a paycheck up front, and they're like, hey, we're going to pay you this much, and then they publish your books. But self-publishing is different. It all comes out of my own pocket, which can kind of suck, especially when you're not making money. Did I make money back? No, not at all. So, I've roughly what I make is like on Amazon. That's actually, I'm exclusive to Amazon because I'm in Kindle. But I make, if I'm lucky, $10 a month from my books. So the months where I publish a book, I make a bit more because then my family is buying my books. So that ups it a bit more, but roughly I make like less than $10 a month, which kind of sucks, and obviously is nowhere near enough to support me financially. So, yeah, I know my family don't count. I know, but yeah, so yeah. Just so if I'm not counting family and stuff like that, then yeah, no, I like I said, less than $10, and that's including people who buy my book as well as what I get from page reads. It's not a lot at all, obviously, especially because it costs so much. What do you mean take things seriously? What do you mean by that exactly? I mean, I am taking things seriously. I mean, I've been, published my first book in October 2019, and then pretty consistently every 6 months or so, I was publishing another one. But mm, I don't know. I mean, you should at least get money, whatever you spent. Well, like, I'd like to, but I can't really control that necessarily. So, like, for example, my editor costs me a few $100s, and then the book cover costs me another 100. So at the very least, I'm spending, we'll say, $500 for just editing and the book cover, right? I can't not spend that money. I need a book cover, obviously. I can't really make one myself, so I could learn, but again, that's a bit tricky, and it may turn out like crap. So I'd rather just buy the book cover, which only costs me less than $100. That's not so bad. The editor, I can't not have an editor. I mean, my editor makes my books, well, a lot better, we'll say. She's really good. I love my editor. She's awesome. She really helps my books become the best they can possibly be. So I can't avoid spending a few $100s on an editor. I mean, it's what I have to do. And the fact that I don't get, the money back through my book sales is unfortunate, but it's hard. It's really hard selling your books on Amazon. Actually, anyone who has a business in general, right? But I just gotta do what I gotta do. I've tried a bunch of things, advertising, book promo sites, and yeah. Do you pre-publish books like 100 books at a time, or else whenever people buy a book, you printing? Do you mean like the paperbacks? Is that what you're talking about? I don't know what you mean by what you just said. If you're talking about the print books, so the paperbacks, okay, so with paperbacks, how it works with Amazon is, so let's say you go on Amazon and you're like, hey, I like this book. I want, a physical copy of it instead of just getting it on my Kindle or something. So you want the paperback. How that works is when you buy it, that's when Amazon prints it and then will ship it to you. So there's not like a bunch of my books sitting in a warehouse in Amazon somewhere, or like sitting in my house. It doesn't work like that. It's like a print on demand service is what it's called. So when someone buys a print book, it gets Amazon creates it right then and there as someone buys it, and then sends it to the person, ships it out to them. So like it's not costing me anything. Yeah. It doesn't cost me anything to like make a book because I'm not making them. It's different than like traditionally being with a publishing house and then having your books in like an Indigo or Chapters or wherever you buy books these days. I always buy my books from like Chapters and Indigo, I'm just saying. And my computer, we are not restarting. Thank you, computer. My computer wanted to like restart, and we don't need that right now. But yeah, so it's not, yeah, it doesn't cost anything to publish a book on Amazon. Anyone can just write a book and just put it on Amazon, and it's just there, right? That doesn't cost you anything. So that's one thing, right? The thing that that does happen is if obviously you do advertising through Amazon or Facebook or whatever, that obviously costs money. And I've dabbled in and out of ads, and I was pretty much always doing some kind of ads, which I set a pretty low budget so it doesn't like kill me too much in costs. But throughout March, I stopped all ads, and I made like $1. So, spending like $100 in ads a month at least gets me closer to that $10 that I make. So it's better than having zero sales, because at least every time I get a sale, I go up in ranking a little bit on Amazon. And obviously the higher ranked you are, the more visible you get. Reviews help that, ratings, all that stuff. It is what it is. But it's hard. There are so many books on Amazon, and just especially like my genre, paranormal romance. I always get tongue tied saying paranormal, but paranormal romance and romance in general is a huge thing, right? There's so many books in them, and to get noticed is very hard. And I've tried a bunch of things, like by using promo websites and stuff like that, which did help, but not, it still didn't cover the cost. So how do you advertise your books? So I primarily do it through Amazon. So basically, you go through the portal you use when you have your books on Amazon or whatever. There's a section where you can go to advertise, and basically the advertisements will show up like on the top of the screen when you're searching stuff, or they'll show up like on the side or bottom, things like that, where the ads are placed. And yeah, you just set it up. So there are different kinds. The ones that most people use are like keywords. So for example, you can pick keywords like paranormal romance, or for my fourth book, which is as a mermaid, I put like mermaid romance or something like that. And then for each keyword, you can set a bid. And what that is say I set a bid of like 50 cents for the word romance. So if anyone clicks on, if someone sees my advertisement on their screen while they're searching for something and they click it, that click will cost me 50 cents. And if they don't buy the book, then obviously I'm out 50 cents, because then they didn't buy the book. So ads are very tricky to play with, and it's always smart to start small with how much you're budgeting yourself. So I tend to always set my bids for each individual word around 50 to 80 cents, I find is good. And then my daily budget is set to like either $3 or $5. So I'm never going too crazy with ad costs, which, $5 a day for a whole month can be quite a bit, but I can manage to do that much right now. It's not too crazy. And like I said, having ads is better than not having them, because at least I make a little bit of money, even if it doesn't completely cover the costs. It's something. And hopefully I do get buys on my books, and then yeah, but it's a long game. It's not easy. Is my project too for my college? What is your project? What do you mean? What is your project for college? It's affiliate. While I'm waiting for you to reply, I'm going to continue editing a little bit. Link clicking. Oh, like clicking on links gets you commission. Yeah, I guess so. In a way, but like you can really lose out on that. Like I said, if someone clicks on my link that I have a bid for, 50 cents, and they don't buy my book, then, that click costs me 50 cents that I have to pay, and then I didn't get a sale out of it. So that's unfortunate. But it's tricky. It really is. Like, I'm in a Facebook group with like writers and authors, and it's tricky. It really is. But I really love, though, whenever one of those people posts that like they hit like a certain milestone of like book sales or stuff like that. I love it. I love hearing writer success stories. Love it. Yeah. It's always so encouraging to see like one of my writer peeps in my Facebook group hit a milestone that they've been trying to get to. So great. I love it. One day. Maybe that'll be me. One day. Honestly, if I could just get to the point where I'm at least selling like a book a day or something, that'll be nice. Just like one a day. Just to have, you know, so how it looks when you're in your like book portal on Amazon when you're looking at all your stats and information and stuff. There's like it's set from like whatever date to whatever date. You can change that. I have like so many like no sales on so many days that it's like really sad sometimes. Yes, I agree. Oh my god, it is a dream. It's one of my like goals. You know, one of them is like a book a day, just so I have no zero sale days, which would be nice. And then another one is like to at least hit a minimum of $500 a month. Like if I can just hit that amount, like I will be so happy. It's such a minimal thing, but like just that much will mean the world to me. But we'll see what happens. I'm not holding my breath. It's probably gonna take a long time, if ever, to happen. So yay. Right. I was gonna finish this page and then all right. I forgot I added a line down here. But you gonna reach it. Aw, thank you so much. Thank you for the encouragement. It means so much. Thank you. Thank you. I hope so too. I really do. Even if like even if I'm so like discouraged and I still hope. You know, it's still good to have the hope. Keep the hope alive. So thank you for your words. It really means a lot. And I'm gonna awkwardly type. It's the least I can do. Aw. Oh, Paul. You're sweet. Let's finish my sentence. Okay. Now I can move on to the next chapter. Yay! We finished chapter 15. Alright, 16. Chapter 16. Let's go. Ooh, a couple days later. Ooh, time skip. Interesting. Oh, do I have... Okay, I have... Let me move this over. Okay. Let's see. I completely removed this line, huh? Okay. How many chapters yet to complete? So I have 51 chapters plus the epilogue, and I'm currently editing chapter 16. Although, actually, I should rephrase that. I'm inputting changes into chapter 16 right now, but I have 21 edited. I have 21 edited. Yeah. So, I really want to get all 21 chapters inputted into the second draft today. What time is it? Ooh, 3 o'clock. Damn, it's 3 o'clock. I like how I looked at my computer screen to see what time it was. Yes, I have it right here on my iPad. Thinking right now, apparently. Yeah, so hopefully I can get all 21 done right now. And then tomorrow I'll probably do more in my binder edits, like editing with my red marker and stuff in there. That's the plan. So I really would like to stream every day, like every weekday. Every weekday, let me stress that. I give myself weekends off because it's good and important to rest. But I'd like to stream every Monday to Friday. So we'll see if I can keep that up. Hopefully I can. I need my tea to be warmer, but I'm not gonna get up and microwave it. I'm way too lazy and I'm comfortable right now. So how do I talk to you? When are you free? When you're free, you can talk to me whenever. You know, like you're talking to me right now in chat. If you've added me to Instagram, Twitter or whatever, you can hit me up there. Yeah. You know, hang out in the chat with me, like we're doing right now. I will say, like I said, I hope to stream every Monday to Friday, and then probably like, I'm gonna say in between 12 and 1 p.m. EST is what I'm thinking. I followed you on Insta. Yay, thank you for the follow. Don't be mad at the lack of content on my Instagram. There's lots of stuff there, but I don't post very often, like I was saying, so. I'd like to change that one day, but we'll see. We'll see. Yep, hit me up on any social media. Come join me in chats. I'm here. Yes. Let's see, where was I? Grace. And I hope to have like music playing in the background next time I stream, or sometime, hopefully soon. I tried to set it up before I went live today, but it wasn't really going very well. I have to fiddle around with my settings or Google something. My main focus was getting the microphone to work well. So I hope I sound well, actually. I should probably should have asked that. Do I sound okay? Because I'm not a very high talker. I'm very like low energy, kind of muted most of the time. So I really hope that whatever I did in my settings worked and you can hear me okay. When I was doing test recordings of my audio, I had to like turn up my volume so loud to hear myself. I have a sweet voice. Aw, thanks. Thank you. As long as you can hear me, we're good. So at least my microphone is working. My video quality is probably crap, but as long as the audio works, we're good. Oh, I hit my binder. Okay. I try not to talk with my hands too much, but I can't help it. Alright, what was I doing? Right. He was freaking the fuck out. Awesome. Hey, my character's freaking out just like I am. Yay. Oh my god. Yeah. Gonna try not to read out loud so I don't ruin anything. I don't want to spoil anything, even though like it's gonna make no sense even if I were to read things out. I still don't want it just in case. I almost did. I almost read it out loud. I almost did. Tell me more about oh, like I said, I really don't know what to say when people ask that question. So, you know, just ask me a question and I'll answer it about myself. I don't know what else to say. I mean, my usual go-tos are like, I'm a writer, I write books, and then I watch anime and play video games, and I have 3 cats that I love, and my favorite color is black and dark blue. I don't know what to say. It's such an awkward question for me because I don't know. But just ask and I will answer your questions if you have any about me. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Ask away. What's your cat's names? So there's Grimjo, Reaper, and Loki. Grimjo, obviously, if you know the anime Bleach, named it after the character from there. Reaper, his name came about because we always call Grimjo Grim for short, and so when I got Reaper, we were like, you know, Grim Reaper. So, and then Loki, well, I just really like the Marvel character Loki. So, yeah, those are my boys. Funnily enough, actually, Reaper's birthday is coming up, so that's fun. Yeah. Reaper's birthday's on the 1st of April. He'll be 6. Do they disturb you while you're working? So I'm in my room right now doing this live stream because it's the best place to do it. And I'm surprised that they're not at my door meowing at me because they're not allowed in my room, so the door's closed. I'm really surprised they're not meowing at me, but they've left me alone, which is nice. But when I'm in the living room, they are always with me. They love sitting with me on the couch, sitting on my lap, just being around me. They're my boys. They cuddle with me all the time. I love them. Yeah. Sometimes the only way that I say disturb me is Reaper, the middle cat. he likes to sometimes sit on my lap. So if I have, you know, my iPad on my lap while I'm trying to write, he'll want to sit on my lap while I'm writing, and obviously that doesn't work out very well. But I give him some pets and some love, and then I put him off to the side next to me, and then he's good after that. One day show me them. There's actually pictures of them on my Instagram if you just search around a bit. They're all on there. I've basically, because I don't take pictures of myself or of really anything, because I'm not really that kind of a person, all of my pictures on my phone are my cats. I am almost a crazy cat lady, like that close, I'll say. But yeah, their pictures are up on Instagram, so you can go check them out there. Yeah, my boys, I love them. Yeah, they're the best. She needs to avoid them. I read it out loud and I didn't mean to, but okay, this sentence I'm writing is not a spoiler, because it doesn't mean anything without context. Dun dun dun. Yeah, definitely not reading this part out, because that's a spoiler. Oof, this part. The good part in the book, I'm just saying. I totally missed a word in this sentence. Good thing I edit. Oh, actually, I didn't. I didn't skip a word. I just emphasizing something. Okay, cool. Me. It's boring. Tell me something. Do you enjoy anime or watching anime, playing video games? Finding a common ground? Yeah. Hey, if you like anime or video games, or video games, we can talk a lot. Or if you don't like those things, let's talk about movies, music. Tell me what you like. Let's find something we got in common so we can chat about it. Yeah, I figured my streams are gonna be kind of boring because I'm just working on stuff, but that's fine. Stop watching anime, but I love video games. I don't find these that work. Yeah, that's true. I know what you mean. Okay, so then what's a video game you like to play or played or all-time favorite? Every Sunday or Saturday favorite. Awesome. Okay, so then what video games are you playing right now? My fave game, hard to answer. I have a lot of favorites. But right now, I'm currently really into Loop Hero, which I know has gone really big with a lot of like gamers and stuff. It's a fun game. It's really chill. I really don't mind the farming in it. All-time fave, Assassin's Creed. Ooh, that's a good one. I haven't played any of them myself. They're not necessarily my cup of tea for games, but I do like watching Let's Plays of them sometimes. But Assassin's Creed's not bad. It's definitely a fun little series, but it's not my cup of tea, unfortunately. But I really like watching people play it, though. That's a lot of fun. All new ones are not. Oh no? Yeah, I've heard that too, though, about them. Yeah. I heard people really liked the pirate one, which that just shows how much I know about Assassin's Creed. The pirate one people liked, or at least the people I watched tended to like that one. But Black Flag, that's what it was, right? Right. Yeah, I heard people really liked that one. It's a really good one. Yeah. Yeah, see? Good. Good, I knew something. Yeah. Yeah, I heard people really like that one, so that's awesome. Especially because like there were a lot of really bad Assassin's Creeds before that one, if I'm not mistaken. So the fact that Black Flag was a good one is like a huge deal. So great for the franchise, you know? Really awesome. But I don't know, just never got into Assassin's Creed myself. What games do you like? Let's see. So like I said, I'm playing Loop Hero right now. That one's really fun. I was playing a lot of Ooblets, Stardew Valley. Um, oh God, I played so much of Stardew Valley. It's ridiculous. Animal Crossing, but I really only played Animal Crossing for a few months when it came out, and then I kind of got bored of it because I unlocked all the stuff and did all the things, so I was good. Um, haven't played in probably like a year. Oof, what else? Oh, I'd love, oh God, back in the day when it came out, Diablo 3. Diablo 3 is still like probably one of my favorite games. I really like that one. I just don't really play it anymore, unfortunately, but I love it. Um, oh God, what else? Obviously, the Pokemon games. Obviously, I've been playing Mystery Dungeon on the Switch. That's a lot of fun. Um, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of just little games that I just like come across sometimes and I'll just play or whatever. But Pokemon, yeah, Pokemon's the best. I mean, if you don't love Pokemon, I don't know. Like, I mean, at this point, Pokemon's been like a thing for so long that everyone knows it and probably enjoys some aspect of it in some way. Or everyone has their favorite Pokemon and their favorite game and all that stuff. Um, my favorite Pokemon? So it's a tie between Mew and Articuno. Can't really explain why. Just this, there's just something about probably Articuno because God, blue's my favorite color, so that's like what really drew me to Articuno. And then Mew just being just adorable, so fucking cute. I love Mew, so cute. I love it. Yeah, those are my favorite. Mew is everyone's favorite. Mew is adorable. I mean, come on. Mew is so cute. How can you not? Of course, it's everyone's favorite. But yeah, all the legendaries are pretty sweet, but Mew's my favorite. The original OG, you know what I'm saying? I love, of course, you know, I've been playing Pokemon since like Blue and Red came out, so I'm like definitely an OG Pokemon gamer. I haven't played the recent games though. I played a little bit of oh my God, what's it called? Oh, my mind is blanking. Okay, I didn't play any Sword and Shield. I just wasn't really into it. And then I didn't beat the other one, unfortunately. I think the last one I played all the way through was X. X I enjoyed. The story was actually pretty good for that one. You look adorable too while you smile. Aw, thanks. Thank you for the compliment. Said, yeah. I don't take compliments well, so it's kind of like awkwardly sip my tea. But thank you. Is that tea still hot? No, it's definitely not. It's like not even lukewarm anymore. It's like just borderline too cold. It's not even cold in my room, but it got to the point where it's just not hot anymore. I still like it. I'm not gonna drink it. I'm not gonna waste my tea, damn it. I've been drinking for almost half an hour. That's because I only take like a little sip at a time. And only half an hour for you. I've been streaming for a little while now, so and it because it took me a while to like because I was trying to set up music for this stream, which wasn't working, and that took me a while to like just give up on because it wasn't working. So my tea got kind of lukewarm while doing that before I streamed, so it wasn't even hot when I started streaming, which sucks, but it's okay. I still like it. It's good. It's tea. I love tea. I don't mind coffee either, but I've definitely liked tea. So what were you doing before I came? Just, you know, inputting the stuff for my binder into my second draft. Just mostly just talking to myself, I guess. Just, you know, reading out what I was writing. Yeah. It was just nothing. No, I wasn't really doing anything, let's be honest. Just working on the book. That's all. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing exciting. Speaking of book, I will input this change that I have to do right now. I have to find the words my brother. There we are. Oh, I didn't put a comma, that's why. I have such a comma problem. I suck at commas. Down here. When Thank you. Keep it with me all the time. I mean, you know, my lips form the smile and they're on my face. It kind of is always with me. But I'm also not just gonna sit here and just smile the entire time like a crazy person. But thanks. As I awkwardly laugh and go back to my work to avoid the situation. Where was I? I scrolled too far because I wasn't paying attention. What am I doing here? We took in, okay. It must focus on the sentence for a second. Oh, okay, that's what I was doing. I thought I had edited wrong, but no, I agree with my past self. Page is done. Okay, one more thing and then this chapter is done. Yay. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes much more sense if I do that. Let's move this word and put it down here so it just looks better. Beautiful. And that's chapter 16. Sweet. I should be marking it off in my journal. Give me a sec. So we just did 16, so. Alright, 17. Sweet. Let's go. Actually, I'm gonna put this over here. Makes more sense. Okay. So what games have you been playing? I have a doubt if you don't. You don't get hurt, can I? Don't quite understand what you mean by that. Yeah, not quite sure. I don't know what you mean by that. So I shall. Did I do that here? Oh no, I didn't. Let me. If you don't want to answer, you can skip. Why do you shades while writing? I find it a bit more comfortable doing this. So I've been planning to try and do live streaming and stuff like this for months. And it was hard just getting to this point. I did so much, you know, I kept distracting myself with planning everything and procrastinating, and just because it's a bit nerve-wracking. It's, you know, anxiety inducing just to, like, you know, put yourself out there like this and all that stuff. So wearing the glasses gives me a bit of comfort. Same with my jacket. It's actually like quite hot in my room right now, but like it just makes me feel more comfortable to wear the glasses and the jacket, and just, yeah, that's all it is. I know it's probably weird, but it just makes me feel a little bit better. I'm still quite anxious and nervous and stuff, but it helps because then I don't know. It's weird. Don't it just makes me feel a bit better. That's all. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. But it also kind of helps because the light, but it's okay. You can be comfortable with me. It's not. Thanks for saying that, but it's not that. It's just a me thing. You know, I have like anxiety issues and I'm an introvert and all that stuff. And yeah, it's just a lot easier to do certain things that make me more comfortable when I'm doing things that like are new or I haven't done before, especially when there's a social element involved. So wearing glasses just helps that a bit. Same with my hoodies, my jackets. Yeah. Hope that makes sense. Oh, I gotta do this. Okay. All right. Let's continue the chapter. Thanks for getting it. Aw, you're sweet. Really, thanks. Yeah. Plus, it's also something to nervously just like play with my glasses or like my sleeves and stuff. I have a lot of nervous gestures, so. Although it would have been fun to say something like, because they make me look cool, but it's too much of a lie. I can't do that. I wouldn't be able to pull off a lie like that. So. What is that word? Wow, I can't even read my own handwriting. That's bad. You are already cool. Aw, thanks. Aw, that's sweet of you to say thanks. I don't think I am, but it's okay that you do. Go ahead and think I'm cool. That's fine. You can think whatever you like, even if I don't think I am. Right, I forgot I had this part in the book, which is dumb. But I forgot. I forgot there's so much crossover between my books. Sometimes it just like comes out of nowhere and I'm like, oh right, they're happening at the same time. Yep. This is true. As long as I have one person believing in me. So thank you. Yeah. I don't know. I think having sunglasses can make someone cooler. Right? Isn't that like the stereotype in movies that these glasses make you cooler? Like, isn't that a thing? All right. Otherwise, there we go. Yeah. Jess. So do you travel a lot? Obviously not anymore with how things are going in the world. But yeah, I would try to travel at least once a year ish. Usually, I really love going to Vegas. Not so much to gamble. I just love seeing all the different shows and all that kind of stuff. Vegas, it's also like a very comfortable place for me. So I'm not like a vacation person where I go to the beach or anything like that. I don't like the sun. I like being pale and not tanning. Thank you very much. So when I travel, I definitely like going to more just not beach resorty type places. I have been there. I don't care, but I do prefer Vegas because it's just like a big city. I'm very familiar with it right now because I've been there so many times. I just enjoy that and seeing all the shows, like I said. What was the funniest thing I did before? Or funny? I don't know what you mean by funniest. I don't know how to. I'm not a funny person. I don't do funny things. I don't know how to answer that. Funniest thing I did before. I don't know. I'm not. Nothing? I'm a very boring person, okay? Very boring. I stay inside. I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. It's okay. Any funny incidences? Uh, no. I don't think so. I'm a very boring person. I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. I just keep to myself. You know, the whole introvert thing, and I prefer just being inside all the time. I mean, my cats do funny things, but like, that's about it. I am not a fun person, so there's no funny incidences around me, okay? Aw, thanks. You're very sweet, really. I know I keep saying that to like everything you say, but like, thanks. Like I know, okay, I have had friends in the past and stuff like that who have said that like it's nice to hang out with me and stuff like that. But I'm I don't consider myself to be like a very fun person. I'm definitely I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't know. I mean, I think my friends liked hanging out with me. I mean, that's why we hung out, right? Because they liked it. Been a while though. I haven't like had friends in real life for a long time. Which seems kind of sad, but you know, shit happens. You make friends in school and then, you know, shit happens. You drift apart and, you know. But I have a couple of friends that I chat to online and stuff, and that's nice. But it's okay. Hanging out in person is like so hard to begin with. So, oh, you want to be my friend? That's so nice. I like being friends with people. I think I'd like to think I'm a good friend. I try to be. I can be a little not necessarily late to respond to people when they message me, but like sometimes I will go maybe a month or so without talking, like without messaging my friends and stuff like that. But like it's never taken like in a bad way, which is nice. I mean, we all have our lives and we're all doing shit, so you know, but it's honestly a lot easier to have friends online than in real life. Hanging out in real life is so tough. It's so hard. It just like it's not that I don't enjoy it either, but it's just so draining because the whole introvert and social anxiety thing. I'm definitely more of a if I have to hang out with people, I prefer to do it in someone's home rather than like going out to like say a dinner or something like that. Yeah, but yeah, that's me. So I guess it's, you know, kind of nice that I have internet friends they're so awesome. I love them. They're such nice people. So I'm glad I met them. Where was I? I need to finish writing this. Oh right, her eyes. Why am I forgetting this? Wow. I just like totally blanked out on my character's eye color, and that is so embarrassing and sad to admit and to say, but aww. uh Aw. You want to meet me and become my friend? Aw. That's that's such a nice sentiment. That's really nice. Hey, who knows? Maybe one day I'll get to the point where I can like tour and stuff. You know? Oh god, I can't do that. Just thinking about like if there was like a tour or something, or even if I went to like a convention and did book signings or some shit, like I wouldn't be able to do it. I've been to an author's book signing before. It was fun, but I couldn't do where I'm the center of attention. God, I would not be able to do that. Well, yeah, I mean, there's no point in doing a tour or anything like that now. No one knows me, but while it's fun to like think of, I don't think I could realistically do that. I would just be a nervous wreck. I wouldn't be able to pull that shit off. No, oh my god, no, just no. I can't. I wouldn't be able to do it. It'd be too hard. It'd be way too hard. I can't do it. Fun to think about, but realistically not possible for me. Where am I going? Oh, see, I was right. They are green. I was gonna say green eyes, but I doubted myself. But I was right. Her eyes are green. It's always good to double check, though. Wouldn't want to, like, make a mistake and say someone's eye color is not what it should be, and then be called out on it. That would suck. Oh, openness. I can't even read my own handwriting. Wow. Be kind. Wait. Did I finish this page or is there still more? Yeah, there's still a bit more. How do you keep eye colors and body features for your characters? So when I first was starting up, thinking up ideas for this series and the books and all the characters and stuff, which is like probably more than 10 years ago at this point, I, would write down, at first it was in like a notebook, and then I have a program I use called Scrivener, where I write down, I have all my characters, and then I have anything I need to know about them, hair color, eye color, their age, what paranormal race they are, and anything, like their background, personality traits. It's all like in this document that I write in. Yeah, so it's all just kept neat and organized so I can find it super easily. And yeah, I have to. I have a really bad memory. So if I don't write this stuff down, I would not remember shit about my own characters, which is kind of bad to say, but can't help it if I have a shitty memory. Yeah, when I was coming up with everything about them, it was just like obviously all in my own head, my own imagination. Yeah. Just all up here, you know. How? That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the word how. There we go. I don't think I'm gonna finish all the chapters I wanted to today, which is fine. I'm not in a rush per se, just getting stuff done. But because I think I'm gonna end in probably half an hour. Yeah. But hopefully tomorrow I can. Oh no. Tomorrow I'm not gonna be able to stream for very long either. I got where I gotta go. It kind of just hit me that I have to go outside tomorrow. That sucks. But shit's gotta get done. Let's see. Too long ago. There we are. Oh, in some kind of in. Okay. Oh. Yeah, hit me up on Instagram for sure. Yeah. And if you happen to, you know, have nothing to do again tomorrow, I'll be streaming. So, like I said, probably around 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. EST is when I'll roughly start. Yeah. So if you know if you're got nothing to do around that time and you want to hang out, I'll be here. You know. Right here, the rat on my back feels really nice. Let's see. Maybe. Maybe. There we go. Here. Erase that and put in. Isn't it? I think sitting straight for this much. Just get up and. I'm actually more hunched over than anything. Sitting up straight is not something I normally do, anyways. But you're right. I should get up and stretch, and that's something I'll have to like work into doing. Something I'll just have to get used to doing while doing live streams and stuff. But yeah, if anything, my legs are feeling a bit strained right now. They're like out in front of me. So no, I'm actually fine right now. My legs might be feeling a bit stiff, but it's actually not that bad. This isn't so bad. I'd probably, if I were sitting in a chair, I'd probably be moving around a lot more. I'm very fidgety. Actually, my feet have been like constantly moving while streaming. I'm very fidgety. Like just naturally so. But yeah. Actually, having the rat at my back here is actually like a decent support, actually. You know, I'm not like fully up against the wall. I'm not too hunched over, even though I am a little bit, but it's actually not bad. And the warmth is kind of nice, even though it is hot in my room, but the heat still feels nice on my back. Okay, I'm gonna have to do. Yeah, I have to work around that after. Let's see. I'm gonna have to cross-reference something with book 3 in a minute for this, but I'll do that later or tomorrow. We'll see. I'm not gonna do it right now. I'll leave it for after. Yeah, I'll get to that another time. Let's change this word. Alright, and 17 is done. Sweet. Yeah. Alright. Did I don't know if I moved the bookmark. Oh, there it is. Thought I lost my bookmark. That would have sucked. I'm gonna stop at 18. I can do the rest tomorrow. No biggie. I just mark off where I am. Sweet. Just push that to the side. Okay. Alright, let's save my changes and we'll come back another day. Oh, let me move this off my. Okay, now I can stretch a little bit. Oh yeah, my legs are stiff. I was fine for a while just having them out in front of me, but now that I have to like bend them, oh, it's a bit tough. Oh, I don't know if I can do this. Okay. Ow. At least now you are free, right? Make sure my changes are saved. Oh, I want to cross my legs. I have to figure out how to do this. Okay. Fuck it, we're just gonna sit like this. Okay, sweet. Changes saved. I'll have to charge this later. No biggie. Okay. Yeah. I've been thinking about uploading the VODs of this to YouTube too. At first I didn't know if I was gonna stream on Twitch or YouTube, but I don't know. Twitch just made more sense, I guess. Yeah. Especially because, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. But I think I might upload the VODs to YouTube. I think so. I have the channel set up already. Then again, I've had the channel set up for a while now. Back in like 2013, I think, I tried to do the whole Let's Play gaming thing, which was fun. Didn't mind it, did okay. I wasn't really expecting anything crazy with it, just wanted to be like, you know, playing games anyway, so why not put it up on YouTube and stuff like that? That was fun. So I already had the channel like kind of ready to go. I just had to change some stuff up to be more, you know, about my writer stuff and not gaming stuff. But so I think I'm gonna possibly put the VODs up on there. Don't know if they'll ever get any views, but why not, right? Doesn't hurt. It's just good for me to have to, almost like a archive or, you know, little thing for myself. And then if other people happen to come by it and want to see it, then, you know, it's there. But it's not always about views. No, that's true. That's very true. Yeah, I definitely prefer like to have, you know, the connections versus just views and subs and stuff like that. Like I definitely love engagement. You know, like people commenting or coming into chat and talking with me. So like, you know, I like conversing with people, but I'm just oops, I didn't mean to click that. But I definitely do a lot better. I don't know, it's still like very awkward and whatever, but I think it's even more so when you're by yourself, just talking to yourself, especially when you know, a lot of YouTubers and Twitch streamers, you kind of always have to like be on, always be talking, always whatever, to like, you know, so if someone stops by, they're not, you know, bored and immediately turned off. You always want to be on and entertaining, which can be so exhausting. And like, man, I feel for, you know, streamers and stuff like that who have to do all that. I can't do it. So I'm perfectly fine with just being boring and whatever. um uh, I think it's just the ease of it. So when, you know, doing some research into where I should stream and stuff like that, for one, I think it's just because Twitch has the just chatting thing, and I don't think YouTube does. Like, YouTube is definitely more of a search engine than Twitch is in the way it works. So I can easily just do, you know, just chatting on Twitch, and it's a category, and it's, you know, what it is. YouTube, it works a bit differently, and there's when you're creating the stream when you first go live, it can be a lot trickier to do it on YouTube versus Twitch. And I've heard people who stream on YouTube say that all the time. Whereas Twitch, it's a lot more easier. We'll say it's a lot easier. So that's pretty much why. It's just easier, more convenient, more seamless. We'll say. Yeah, I didn't want to have to like jump through a bunch of hoops to do this. You know, other than what I had to do in the setup with my camera and the mic and all that stuff. So, but that's all background stuff. When you actually have everything set up, all you really gotta do is push a button, the thing pops up, you put in your title for the stream or whatever, pick category, and you pretty much just go. Nice. And sometimes the just chatting streams are just fun to be into sometimes. You know, I don't really watch too much Twitch though. I will say that. I definitely watch a lot more YouTube, and then I'll watch VODs of Twitch streams on YouTube. Sometimes I watch VODs on Twitch if they're available, but Twitch only keeps so many sometimes unless they're highlighted or clipped or stuff like that. And that's another thing, I tend to like watching the entire stream versus clips. So if someone has, you know, someone streamed for 4 hours, but then they clip it down to like maybe a half hour or an hour, I prefer to watch the entire 4 hour stream beginning to end. Just because it's nice to sometimes even just have in the background. But getting live, seeing live streams live is just difficult sometimes. So, fave channels, what content do you watch? Oh god, so my content is so varied. Oh, Jesus. So I'll watch some, you know, gaming stuff like Jesse Cox, for example. I've been watching Jesse Cox for like so many years. He's really funny. I like him. He has gaming stuff. Uh, Northern Lion, I'll watch from time to time. Bear Taffy. Oh my god. Being put on the spot, I have to think of like all the stuff. That's gaming stuff. I do like things like, you know, game theory, film theory, food theory, those collection of channels. They're pretty fun, interesting little videos. Uh, oh god, what else? I like oh, what's it called? They're like horror essay kind of scripted channels, like Ryan, I can't remember his last name, and oh god, there was another one I just can't remember at the top of my head. I'd have to like bring up my YouTube and like see who I'm subscribed to. There's some anime channels, like I watched like the Anime Man. He's pretty fun. Um, Oh my god, I've recently discovered Corpse Husband, and it's like really fun. Because now, whenever I'm reading my books or something, I imagine his voice narrating it. It's fun. I'm actually binge watching his Among Us live streams. It's a good time. I enjoy it. But there's so many. Oh, Mr. Gigi. I love Mr. Gigi. Oh my god, he does like movie reviews kind of thing, and oh, he's so funny. Same like Amanda the Jedi. She does a lot of like movie review commentary stuff. Yeah, she's so funny too, and she's Canadian, which is so awesome. Oh, and then speaking of Canadian, there's Simply Nailogical, is the channel name. The person who does it is named Christine. She does nail art, or she used to, which is the joke. She's pretty fun. She's also Canadian, which is super awesome. Yeah, my god, my YouTube viewing stuff is just so all over the place. Oh, I really like found flicks. I cannot watch horror movies. I'm such a chicken, but I love watching people on YouTube talk about horror movies. And so I love found flicks because, every week he's talking about a different horror movie of some kind. Wow. Thanks, spammy bots or whatever those are. I don't want to become famous, but thank you, random bots or whatever. But yeah. Yeah, I watch a lot of different stuff on YouTube. It mostly is gaming stuff, I will say that. But yeah, it's all over the place. Yeah. Ooh, and I have some art channels too, like Nerdy Crafter. Pretty fun. She's hilarious. I like her. Updates every Tuesday, Friday, and I always make sure I watch her videos as soon as they're uploaded. And with Mariah, Elizabeth. I like watching their channels. They're very fun. But yeah. The tea's almost done. I'm trying to finish it. I got a little bit left. There we go. Tea is finally done. It only took me like a bajillion hours, but it's done. Still got time. I really should wear my watch. That would make things a lot easier if I had my watch on. Now that I'm done my tea, I can drink something cold. I'm just gonna sit here and stare awkwardly. You drink something all the time, yeah. That's the thing, like, there's always, like, streamers and stuff like that who, like, have to be reminded to stay hydrated and stuff like that. I don't have that problem. Like, I think it's because, like, it's also a nervous thing for me to, like, oh, I'm just gonna, I'm feeling awkward. I'm just gonna grab my drink and drink it. So that's what I do. But, yeah. Yeah, now that I'm not like working on my book and I'm taking a little break, I just don't know what to do. There's some loud car going by, but it's not being picked up, which is good. That's like that's always like a funny thing to me. I don't know. It used to really bug me when I was younger when people were like, "Oh, stop being so shy," or "Stop being nervous," or "Stop being whatever." It's like you can't just stop. When I was younger, it used to really piss me off. So it's like, just don't get it. You can't just stop. Now, whenever someone says something like that to me, I'm just like, whatever. just gonna keep doing me. Yeah, I used to get it a lot when I was younger. I get it still sometimes now, but now I can just brush it off. Because I guess it's more commonplace, or at least more talked about, people who have like issues like anxiety and stuff like that. It's just more well known, which is nice. But it is what it is. Oh God, no. That's the worst. You know what that's like? That's like, God, in school when you had to do a presentation and you had to stand up in front of the class to do whatever your presentation was. That is like the absolute worst thing ever. Because part of you is thinking, okay, I want to be first so I can get it done and get it over with. And then another part of you is like, no, I want to go last. This way I can like not go up. And uh, God, doing presentations and stuff like that, like, I don't like being center of attention or like anything like that. Like, I can't handle it. I can't. It's the worst. Ugh. It's terrible. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I can't even like not God, not even like being on stage and talking, but like even just being with like, a small group of people, I can't even do. I can't do it. Even when I'm with one person. Like it's so hard. I can't. But that's probably more of the introvert in me than the social anxiety thing. Yeah. The introvert in me just cannot people. I do not people well, okay? Me and people? No. Is it snowing? No. Mm-mm. Nope, not at all. It's we're getting into the spring right now, so while it's still a bit chilly outside, it's not snowing. So where I am, so I know obviously typically Canada is well known for getting lots of snow, but I'm in Toronto, which is a very southern part of Canada. And so when it does snow here, we maybe get snow. It's really only winter a few months out of the year, and we only ever get snow like, I mean, this year there was only like I think really 3 or 4 good snowfalls where like it stayed on the ground. But yeah, if anything, it gets cold, but it doesn't really snow all. It's not that bad. Yeah, this actually, speaking of this, yeah, this winter was actually very mild in terms of snowfall and temperature. It's weird. Like, normally our winters can be like, 30 degrees Celsius something, and then like -40 with wind chill and shit like that. It didn't really get up there this year. Like, it was actually quite mild. It was surprising. But, it is what it is. Sometimes we get some good blizzards and snowstorms, but I mean, it's Canada, we're used to it. If it snows or blizzards or whatever, we just keep on going. We find ways to go to work, go to grocery store, go about our day. It's just like, yeah, it's winter. It is what it is. Yeah. And besides, when it snows, it actually doesn't get too cold. It's only like maybe 5 or 10 degrees. So when it's snowing, it's actually not bad. It's when it's not snowing that it can get really cold. Like I said, 30, -30 and then -40 wind chill, things like that. That's pretty cold. But not this year. Yeah, it was all right. I don't think I don't think any place in the world gets no, I know a lot of places do get snow almost all year round, but yeah. What's your favorite food? Well, I'm definitely a steak and potatoes kind of gal. I love my steak medium, about medium well-ish around there. And I love potatoes. Give me potatoes in any kind of way, French fried, uh, mashed, baked, boiled. So I'd say that would be like my favorite food if I had to pick something like a steak and potato combo. And I'm good. I'm also like half Italian, so I love my pasta. Homemade sauce and everything. Love it. So good. Mm. How about you? You know, you're asking me all these questions. How about you, man? What's your favorite food? Potato girl. Hey, I love my potatoes. What can I say? What can I say? Yeah, how about you? What's your favorite food? I'd been thinking about cutting back too on on the foods I eat, like potato and pasta, because I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight, if I'm being honest. Yeah, but I cannot not eat my food. I love my food. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah. Oh, potatoes are the best. Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely a meat eater, like 100%. I respect, you know, vegetarians and vegans if you can do that lifestyle, props, but I cannot do it. I love eating meat way too much. I can't do it. It's way too difficult, and I'm way too picky of an eater. I can't do it. But, mm. Is it this side? Yeah, it's this side. How old am I? I am 32 years old. I realized I kind of just winked there, but you didn't see it. But yeah, yeah, I'm 32. Yeah, getting up there in age. Honestly, I'm waiting for the day when I start getting gray hair because it's like finally, I might actually look my age. I know, I know, yeah, yeah. I know. No one ever guesses my age right. I've always looked younger than I actually am. Always. It's just a thing, yeah. It sucked in high school because like teachers would think that I'm in grade 9, and you know when I would be out of class, they would like obviously be mad at me because they think that I'm in grade 9, but I'm actually in grade 12 kind of thing. So that was a bit annoying, but whatever. At least I finally look like I'm in my 20s. That's nice. For the longest time, people would always like guess that I was like just barely 20 and things like that, which was kind of annoying. At least now I look like I'm a bit older, which is nice. But yeah, it is what it is, you know. But yeah, it'd be fun to get gray hairs. Cause like I have this vision of like just when I start getting gray hairs, just like growing it out because my hair is like so dark. I think it'd look really nice. But I'm weird like that, so. No, that's true. I mean, yeah, definitely if I dress differently, but like, I don't even know. I don't think there's any way I could necessarily dress to make me look younger. I don't know. I don't know. I've never really thought about that necessarily. Because I've never really been one to think too much on my looks or stuff like that, or even like the clothes I wear. I buy what looks nice to me and what I think looks nice on me. You know, which has kind of become a long running joke in my family because I wear a lot of black and dark colors. So, you know, sometimes my family members will make comments that I wear too much black and stuff like that, but I can't help it. I like black. It's what works for me. But I don't know. I mean, hell, I didn't even speaking of clothing, I didn't even like wearing dresses until like I was in my 20s. I really hated wearing dresses and skirts and all that when I was younger. I don't know. Just wasn't really me. And the only time I wear them now is when it's like just when I really feel like it, which is very rare, but I'm definitely more of a comfort clothes wearing person. That's why I like my jackets. I have so many of them. I have closets full of my jackets, and I love my jackets. What are you major in? Nothing. I major in nothing. I actually dropped out of university after 2 years when I realized it wasn't really doing anything for me. So I initially wanted, obviously, to get into creative writing when I went to university. However, the university I went to, I couldn't go directly into creative writing. I had to do 2 years of professional writing first and then get into creative writing. So, however, with the way my university was, which I'm not very well versed in all universities, but mine is you had to take certain courses to get the credit in order to eventually graduate. There are some courses that I just couldn't pass them. They were more science and math based, and I couldn't not take them because I needed those specific credits in order to get a degree, even though it had nothing to do with English or writing, which sucks. So obviously, not being good in science and math, I didn't do so well in those classes, even though I did pretty well in the other ones. And that in my first year kind of made me very discouraged about the whole university thing. And then it was in my second year when I was like, I kind of did a lot of research and looking into writing and writing books and all that, and realized I don't need a degree in writing to become a writer, to publish books. So I was like, okay. And then I had a friend in university who was in the creative writing course, and some of the classes, the things that she was telling me just wasn't very appealing. She would say things like how things were graded was just weird to me. So I was like, you know what? Instead of wasting all this money in university when it's not really going to get me where I want to go, I'm not going to waste the money and my time. So after 2 years, I dropped out and I got a job. And that ended up being a lot better for me because, several years down the road, I needed money for editors and books and all this other stuff because I decided to go self-publishing. And yeah, it ended up being a lot better for me to drop out. I don't discourage education though. I mean, if you have the opportunity to go to university, college, whatever, to pursue your career, whatever, do it. I always encourage people to go. Education is so important. But for me personally, it just wasn't a fit, and a decision had to be made. And that's what I did. Yeah. I have thought, after I dropped out, I did think about going back, but it just still wasn't right for me. And I haven't thought about it now in like many years. So, especially since I really got onto the track of self-publishing. So, but even if I would have gone the more traditional route through a publishing house, I don't think a degree would have really helped either because it's based off of like your writing, right? So how it works is for traditional publishing, when you're going through a publishing house, is you look for an agent and then the agent gets you into publishing houses, right? So, it may look good on a cover letter to an agent that like you have a degree in blah 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 whatever, but ultimately what they're going to look at is your writing, your manuscript, your books, right? So, yeah, I just did that. And yeah, it was a good decision for me and I got no regrets about it. You know, yeah, don't really have much else to say about that. I do like learning, and I really wish that there was a system where like tests and shit weren't a thing. I have a shitty memory, so whenever it came to tests, more so in high school than university, actually, I just couldn't. My brain just does not work right. So yeah, doing tests and all that stuff was just the worst for me, especially because I loved learning, but I just couldn't like retain the information for tests and stuff. It just didn't work. Yeah, but Whatever, school was a long time ago. Kind of glad to be out of it. It was okay, but you know, school. Eh. Besides, with the internet, with as it is, you know, there's so much information and stuff to learn, and you know, and I enjoy that. Especially when there's like a bunch of YouTube channels that talk about subjects that I like, so gives you lots of knowledge by watching just YouTube sometimes. Yeah. That's why I really like the theory channels like game theory, film theory, and food theory. There's a lot of interesting information on those channels, you know? But in any case, I'm gonna wrap things up now. I gotta go make dinner and stuff. So it was nice chatting with you, Mr. Paul. Hit me up on the socials, and I will be here tomorrow around 12 to 1 p.m. EST. I know you can create like a schedule thing on Twitch, so I'll probably do that at some point this week so that if anyone happens to stumble across my channel here, my streams, they can know, hey, I'm gonna be streaming consistently on these days or whatever. But yeah, thanks for being here and chatting with me. It's been a lot of fun. I didn't think anyone was gonna pop in here, so thanks for being here. Oh, and then I also get to stretch my legs once I get up. Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely, as I start getting more comfortable with this, I will like, tweet out and stuff like that, that, hey, I'm streaming and blah, blah, blah. But yeah. Yeah, you have a nice day too. Thanks for being here. I'm just gonna awkwardly close the stream. Bye.